If there is one thing in common with this EP and Manyard, it is about how much of a cock tease he can be. I mean, I only noticed this album was available on streaming services shortly after the news dropped that Tool were heading back to the studio to record over the next 3 months, which probably means that their new album will be out, of course, in, 10 years' time. Woohoo! Now, I think it's safe to say that this was one of the most hotly anticipated efforts to come out of last year, and that's right, this EP did drop last year, but there is a reason why I'm only reviewing it now. More on that later anyway, but it only contains one track from each artist, that being Puscifier, A Perfect Circle, and Primus, for this unholy trinity presenting itself as a Mexican standoff. All songs were written by Manyard while on tour with these bands and recorded for this short little effort. Now, if you are like me, you're probably asking yourself, why the f did all these musicians come together to write just one song each? And the answer is kind of egotistical, to be honest. I'll give you a like if you can guess it. No? Well, it was for Manyard's 60th birthday. I know, we're getting old. Now, most musicians would just throw a live concert in this event, and that was certainly the case with Lemmy from Motorhead inviting the Metallica for his 50th. That performance would end up being released on a limited vinyl, similar to this effort as well, but at least that one contained more sustenance material than this. So this EP, or EPPP, was delayed from streaming services, instead being released only for vinyl or digital download, which, yeah, sure, that's fine. But it's pushing the friendship a bit when it's been sold at $30 US. For a frame of reference, the recent Primus EP, Conspiranoid, released only last year, can be bought for around $20. Now, if I'm sounding despondent to this EP, it's because, well, hell, I am. Sure, this might be a minor hang-up to others, but I can't help but shake the notion that this whole thing is a ploy to extrapolate further funds from the loyal Tool fanbase, who will lap up this experience and decry there is nothing they can do wrong. Meanwhile, Manyard is laughing all the way to the bank, ready for a holiday in the sun. I get it, musicians should be paid, but Tool has a long history of charging their fans more than a dentist would at concerts with special drunk-it skin arts or various other things to the tune of thousands of dollars. Meanwhile, the music on hand is, well, just fine. It's nothing great, but it's barely memorable, and the whole experience left me feeling rather hollow, as I've taken dumps that have been longer and left me more satisfied afterwards. I am sure this whole method of delayed release was meant as a reason to justify the cost, but it's not too dissimilar to predatory practices incorporated by video game companies such as EA and pre-releases. It's pretty much exploiting the fan base on a predatory level, but hey, that's how the band is and that's how they operate. And ultimately, it's the fans' choice at the end of the day what they spend their money on. My question is to the people who bought the digital download for $5 is, how do you feel knowing that I have access to it as well, and it's largely free? Does it even boil your piss just a little bit? Overall, I'm going to give this album a score of 3.5 million chilies on the spicy scale, and hey, guess which 3 tracks were my favourite? Now, before you hound me with hate, I have paid money to see Tool before, and I would do it gladly for the others too. But I hope I made my point very clear in this review that this is just a quick money shot, pure and simple. This is not bad music, but it's not the best either. It's just less enjoyable knowing this fact. If you've enjoyed this content, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to us, and stay notified for future music related content because it keeps our manager happy at the end of the day. We are also on Discord, Instagram, Facebook, and all those other social platforms if you want to check us out. As always, people, you have a great day and stay spicy.